Is fear keeping you stuck in your network marketing business? You maybe had a little bit of success, a little checks coming in, but nothing significant like vacations and car bonuses and six-figure checks. Fear is something that's stopping most people from achieving what they want and deserve in every aspect of life. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to overcome fear and create success in your network marketing business. Hi, my name is Anna Stropnik and I help network marketers grow their business online using attraction marketing so they can attract their ideal prospects to them and they don't have to chase or beg their friends or family or strangers to join them. Consider subscribing to this channel because on here I share a new episode helping you with your business every single week. And I also have a digital recruiting bootcamp. In there you will learn how to attract your ideal prospects coming to you instead of you having to chase anyone. There's going to be a link in the description of this video. When you're in fear, you freeze. We cannot move forward. We send confusing messages to the universe, to God, on what we want because we are talking about things that are totally contradictory. Like what they say, it's praying to God for something that you don't want. Think about a big achievement that you had. And think about the fear you had, but you pushed through it. Every single achievement that anyone did, you had to push through some kind of fear or a big fear, and then you got yourself to the other side. We need it in order to grow. Otherwise, we are staying in our comfort zone that becomes smaller and smaller, and we are not growing. Instead, we stay stuck. Here's one of the big fears I conquered, and that was when I was in my 20s. I went to work on cruise ships. And when I first found out about this, me and my best friend, we were reading this ad in the newspaper, and it was saying how they're hiring estheticians, massage therapists, people in the spa industry for cruise ships. And we're like, what? We had no idea what cruise ships were. Like, there's a pool on the boat and all of that stuff. We had no idea. But anyway, having the trade school and being an esthetician, there wasn't a lot going on for me staying in Croatia. So because of that decision, I was now making 10 times the salary of what I could have ever made staying home in Croatia. In fact, I was laughing because my salary was close to or even more than a president of Croatia at that time. Luckily, I had a really great teacher that I discovered just a few years ago, and that is late Bob Proctor. And I just listened to something today where he said, people worry about money. And he said this thing, you'll never do anything if you're worried about money. Money is not important. You just do and go through whatever you want to do, and money and all the resources that you need will come. So don't be afraid and don't stop yourself from achieving what you want, from doing what you want because of the money. And that was really true in everything. When I invested in myself, when I invested in courses, in mentorship, in coaches, I always think of that first you gotta make quick decisions, and how it's gonna figure itself out. So you don't have to know where the money is gonna come from. It's gonna come from somewhere. You just need to make that decision. If it's something that you think is going to help you get you to the next level, you do it. If you don't think, if you have that gut feeling it's probably not, then don't do it. But don't be like, I'm not gonna do it because of money, because that should never be a good reason. And do you know where all the fear, worries, and our doubts come from? They come from ignorance. So here's how Bob Proctor explains this. Imagine your mind like a circle. The top of your mind is a conscious mind, is our intellect, and the bottom of the circle is our subconscious mind. And then on the bottom is our body. And our body is just projecting and doing everything that our mind is telling it to do. We do not have a lot of control over actions that we take because it's all coming from our mind. So our mind functions on a positive and negative polarity. And the more positive things we put in our mind, then we're going to have positive results. If it's running on a negative, we're going to have negative results. So fear is actually a very dangerous emotion. And ignorance goes on top of that, because what does ignorance mean? Ignorance just means that you don't have enough information. You have beliefs that may be wrong, but you're being ignorant to the solutions. Like lots of people doubted everyone that achieved anything big inventors. They were doubted because of ignorant people. So one thing is we gotta conquer that ignorance. From ignorance, when a problem arises, we start worrying, we start doubting. And then from worry and doubt, we create this negative feeling, negative emotion of fear. And fear is expressed. And if we keep on in that fear, we're gonna create anxiety. And anxiety is suppressed. And then what happens is we get a depression. From depression, we get a disease and we disintegrate. When you look at it, we can actually control our anxiety and depression just by focusing on a positive aisle in our mind, because the cause of all of that is ignorance, and then it's doubt, and then it's fear. So you can pretty much say that all the anxiety and depression is caused by ignorance. And now what is opposite of ignorance? We have ignorance, which is a negative emotion, a negative state, and then a positive state is going to be knowledge. So instead of worrying and doubting something, we are going to understand it. And the only way to get there, to understand something, is through study. We gotta study whatever topic we need to be getting ourselves ready for. We need to be studying all the time, because when your decisions come from understanding, it's so different. Then you don't have that fear. You are actually run by faith. Faith is opposite than fear. Every theology has faith. So you gotta have faith. You gotta believe in something that is invisible, but that everything is going to work itself out. So you never need to know how, you just need to push through fear. And then once you're coming from the emotion of faith, from that positive aisle, you will actually create well-being and harmony in your body. Faith-based understanding is the key to freedom. Both fear and faith demand that we believe in something that we cannot see. We become what we think about. Instead of being ignorant, gain knowledge, invest in a coach or mentor or course, whatever you feel that you need right now to get you to the level that you want in your business. And that is the only way to get you there. You gotta push through that fear. You gotta make a quick decision. First time you do that, it's going to be like, what have I done? But later it's going to be a thrill. You will want to push through your limits, out of your comfort zone, get through the fear, because that will get you to better life, to the other side. And when you think about it, most network marketers who have made it to the top, if you ask them, they will probably say that they had the faith. They just saw themselves, they visualized themselves where they are at right now when they had nothing. And when you're in that state, when you have faith, you're not going to be procrastinating anymore, because that's another negative version of when we're in fear, when we're doubting and worrying, we don't usually even take action. But when you are in faith, you will take this inspired action towards your result. When you worry about something, you're really letting the outside world control you, something that is completely out of your control. And when you think about that, any worries and doubts that you had in your past, it was probably resolved and it wasn't that bad at all. So we're just worrying about something that didn't even happen yet. So don't think about your current circumstances. Think about the outcome that you want. Have faith. Picture yourself on how you want your life to be. It always makes me think of Mary Morrissey's story, where she was on a deathbed. She was told that she was gonna die, that she's never gonna see her baby boy grow up. And she met a woman that kept her through faith and through visualizing her future, and her seeing him graduate and seeing grandchildren and being happy and achieving all of these things in her future. And she got up, and she was a medical miracle. These things happen also, but you gotta have faith. So make a decision, push through, no matter how scary it looks. I mean, it was scary to invest in attraction marketing and in mentorship, but I pushed through, I made a decision, and I did it anyway. What was really driving me was that projection of the future that this will bring me. And the way that it came about, it figured itself out. I got all the resources and money that I needed along the way. And if you're stuck, you're probably doing things that maybe used to work but don't work anymore. Don't stay there, don't stay stuck. Invest in yourself and move forward, push through that fear. And if you're stuck, you're probably stuck doing things that used to work and don't work anymore. Don't stay there. Don't waste any more time. And if you'd like to know how I achieved success in my business using attraction marketing, then definitely go through my bootcamp. It's absolutely free and it's going to be around this video. There's going to be a link where you can just click to sign up. And my question for you is, think of a situation where you pushed through fear and that resulted in a win and growth. Post your comment here, and thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing for more episodes like this, and I will see you on the next video.